Chapter 694. Therefore, among all the people present here today, not one of them had even been up to the 5th floor of Cubana Club. Even Emil himself could only afford the lowest classic membership tier at Cubana Club. Therefore, everyone naturally did not believe it when Trump said that he had been to the 10th floor of Cubana Club before. Trump really did not expect everyone to think that he was only bragging when he was simply telling them the truth. Therefore, he replied uncomfortably, "My son-in-law was the one who arranged for me and some of my old classmates to go up to the 10th floor of the Cubana Club that night." Emil laughed before he said, "I know who your son-in-law is. He's just a useless and casual son-in-law in Oris Hill, isn't it? I heard that he's just a vagrant who is living off his wife. He's almost as pathetic as you, so can he really afford to bring you to the Cubana Club?" Trump snorted coldly before he said, "It is entirely up to you whether you believe me or not." Emil smiled before he said, "If you really had this kind of ability, then why didn't you invite the president and the other directors to Cubana Club for entertainment tonight instead? Why did you choose to buy them dinner at the cheapest bronze room at Black Pepper?" After he spoke, Emil acted as though he came to a sudden realization as he said, "Oh, I understand now. You don't think that the president and the other directors are worthy enough. You think that people of their status are only worthy enough to be seated in the bronze room. Do you not think that they deserve to go to the Cubana Club at all?" Trump was completely at a loss for words, and he could not refute Emil's words. Emil was really a very horrible person, and he was very quick-witted indeed. He could make up all sorts of excuses and reasons that would leave a person with no room left to breathe at all. Therefore, even though Trump was very angry and annoyed at Emil, he really could not find any words to refute Emil's words at this moment. He could only reply angrily, "I don't mean that." When Emil saw that his opponent's combat power was so weak, he could not help but wave his hand and said, "Forget it. I can't be bothered to continue arguing with a pathetic fool like you. Do you really think that someone like you deserves to take on the role of the executive director? Wouldn't you be made a laughingstock in the future?" After that, Emil turned around and looked at Mr. Ralph and the other directors with a warm smile on his face before he said, "Mr. Ralph, please come with me." Since Emil had booked a gold room at Black Pepper tonight, he has already won the favor of many of the people present here. At this point, even the few directors who were usually very neutral in their opinions were also smiling kindly at him. Trump could not help but stomp his feet in anger when he saw this scene. He felt completely helpless. At this time, Humphrey quickly grabbed hold of Trump before he whispered to him, "Brother Trump, you shouldn't be discouraged. The current situation is just a slight dispute. You shouldn't give up so easily." After that, Humphrey leaned in as he said, "In my opinion, you cannot lose your temper and get angry. Instead, you have to come to the gold room with us and perform well in front of the president and the other directors. You have to persevere and continue fighting for what you want. If you choose to give up now, I am afraid that the position of the executive director will really fall directly into Emil's hands." Trump felt as though he had just woken up from his dream. Humphrey was right indeed. Even though he lost to Emil in terms of the dinner tonight, this did not necessarily mean that the other party would be the ultimate winner. If he really chose to give up because of the rage that he was feeling right now, then all the effort and hard work that he had put in previously would have all been in vain. Therefore, Trump quickly thanked Humphrey before he said, "Brother Humphrey, thank you so much for your kind reminder. I will come along with everyone else so that I can see what Emil is really capable of." After that, Trump walked up to Emil before he said, "Since you're so sincere, then I'll also come along with you to the gold room to gain some insights and experience it for myself." Emil snorted disdainfully before he said, "I've already said that you are nothing but a pathetic fool. However, you simply refuse to admit it. If you really do miss out on this opportunity to come to the gold room with me tonight, then I think you'll wake up several times in the middle of the night as you'll be filled with so much regret."